Pendulum Summoning is one of the 78 summoning mechanics in Yu-Gi-Oh! Alongside such classics as Fusion Summoning, Synchro Summoning, and Digivolving. Pendulum may not be the simplest of mechanics, but this video will tell you everything to make sure you are up to speed. Enjoy! Pendulum monsters are half spell, half monster, but they are only treated as spell cards when activated as one in the far left and far right spell trap zones, which are also known as pendulum zones. At any other point, these are monster cards. So if they are in a monster zone, you cannot destroy them with Mystical Space Typhoon. Their monster effects are in the same box as usual, and this extra box is for their pendulum effects. These are the applied effects while it is in the pendulum zone. For example, if you summon the form of Hal Turntoad, then its monster effects are the ones that matter, whereas if you activate Turntoad in the pendulum zone, then you ignore its monster effects, and think of it kind of like a continuous spell card. In short, a pendulum monster's pendulum effect only matters when it's in a pendulum zone. If a pendulum monster would be sent from the field to the graveyard, regardless of it being a monster or pendulum scale at the time, it is instead sent to the extra deck face up. If you are familiar with how cards like Sangan meet their conditions for their effects to activate, you can use this information to figure out when a pendulum monster goes to the face up extra deck. If destroyed while face up or face down, they go to the face up extra deck. If used for a synchro summon, they will go to the face up extra deck. If detached as Xyz material, they will go to the graveyard. If you summon a pendulum monster and the summon is negated, they will go to the graveyard. Cards like Macrocosmos will make them get banished. If you tribute a pendulum monster, they will go to the face-up extra deck. If you use a pendulum monster on the field to fusion summon, they will go to the face-up extra deck. If you use a pendulum monster on the field to ritual summon, they will go to the face-up extra deck. If you use a pendulum monster to link summon, they will go to the face-up extra deck. If you throw a pendulum monster out the window, they will go to the face-up extra. Pendulum summoning requires you to have a pendulum monster in each pendulum scale. Once per turn, you can simultaneously summon any number of monsters from your hand or face-up extra deck whose levels are between the numbers of the two pendulum scales. This is a pendulum summon. For example, with Time Gazer Magician and Stargazer Magician in my pendulum scales, I can summon monsters of levels 2 through 7. If I have two Time Gazer Magicians in my pendulum zones, I can pendulum summon nothing, because there is no number between 8 and 8. In both the TCG and Duel Links, you can pendulum summon any number of monsters from your hand, though of course no more than the number of zones. But when it comes to pendulum summoning from the face-up extra deck, that's where things differ. Since the introduction of Master Rule 4 and link summoning, when it comes to the face-up extra deck, you can only pendulum summon to the extra monster zone and to zones link monsters point to. Despite the game's name, Duel Links does not yet have link monsters, so when it comes to pendulum summoning from the extra deck in Duel Links, you are only limited to the number of zones you have unoccupied. There are some pendulum monsters which are also extra deck monsters, but their differences from regular pendulum monsters are always explained in the monster effect text box. Thank you for watching and have a perfectly balanced rest of your day. See ya.